What? Hit it fast, hit it slow, hit it like whoa, 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 whoa. I need a milli, whoa. Need to put on for my city, whoa. Need to boss out like I'm Diddy. I need to pull up with the stars on the Bentley. I say, whoa.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Beta back again for another video, and today we're gonna get into my top 10 sneakers of 2020. So obviously we know that it's been a crazy year for everything, with everything that's going on in the world. We didn't really know what to expect and what that would bring for the sneaker world of 2020. We didn't know whether we were going to see many sneaker releases this year with all of the delays in the production going on. We didn't know what to expect. But it actually turned out to being a pretty great year for sneakers and hypebeast culture altogether. So it was a great year for me, and I hope it was a great year for you guys when it came to sneakers and the hobbies that you guys chose. So I just wanted to end this year off with my top 10 sneakers of 2020 and let you guys know what my personal picks were. There's going to be many sneaker release videos out there, and we may even react to some of those in the future. But this is my personal opinion on what my favorite sneakers were for 2020. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into that list. So first up, we're gonna start with number 10. And number 10 on my list, I had the, don't get at me if I didn't get this name right, but we have the Leon Dor New Balance 550s. So I'm gonna put a picture of it right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about as I talk about these sneakers. My personal favorite was the green colorway because it's that's my favorite color, if you guys didn't know. But this particular sneaker made my list because it is just a sneaker that you can wear on a day-to-day basis. It's not crazy out there or anything like that, but it's a really nice sneaker that you can wear every day. So that's why this one made my top 10. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna add up the value of each of these sneakers as we go. And give you a final total at the end so you could find out how much it would cost to actually buy this top 10 list of sneakers. So the New Balance 550s, Leon Dor, in the green colorway actually has a resale value right now of about 600 Canadian dollars. So a little bit more on the expensive side. It's kind of why I don't have it in my collection. I wasn't lucky enough to hit for retail, so that's what you would have to spend to get it for resale right now. But overall, it's a very nice sneaker, and that's why I had it in my top 10. Moving on to number 9 on the list, we have the JBalvin Jordan 1s. So this sneaker actually released recently, it actually released in December, so this month, released in December of 2020. It's a crazy out there sneaker, very creative design by JBalvin. Don't know how much creative control he had over it, but there's a lot of colors involved. We have the cutout of the Jordan 1 and what everybody thought was going to be a white outsole, it turned out to be a pink outsole, and many different creative things like that, removable patches and stuff like that. So it was overall a creative shoe, and that's why I put it in at number 9. Resale value on the JBalvin Jordan 1s right now is sitting at about 744 Canadian dollars. So a little bit more on the expensive side of sneakers, but nowhere near where we seen it when we didn't know whether the sneaker was going to drop or not. Right? Because we seen this all the way back in the Super Bowl of 2020, right? At the beginning of the year. And we didn't know whether the sneaker was going to drop or not. But we finally got confirmation it dropped in December, and now it's sitting at a resale value of about $744. So overall, it's a great sneaker, very creative. Not something I would personally wear on a day-to-day basis, but it would be a dope sneaker to add to the collection. Number 8, we have the Union Jordan 4s, which released in August of 2020. They released 2 different colorways. They released the Noir and the Guava. The Noir is personally the one I put on the list because it was my favorite of the 2 colorways. It was a little bit of a tough decision because I do like both, but I decided to ultimately go with the Noir just because it was more of a sneaker that you could wear every day. Now, I'm not going to sit here and kizzy cap with you guys, you know? No cap. I did not like this sneaker when it dropped. I didn't like the pictures that I seen. I didn't like anything about this sneaker. But as I seen it more and more, and as I seen people cut the tongue and everything like that, it's a sneaker that grew on me all the way to the point to making number 8 on my list. So overall, it was a great sneaker. We all know what the Union Jordan 1s were like, and this won't be at that same level, but still a dope sneaker nonetheless. Right now, the Union Jordan 4s in the Noir colorway are sitting at about 1,011 Canadian dollars. So a very expensive sneaker, guys. If you want to go out and get it, well, that's what you're going to pay for it. So very expensive sneaker, but it's a dope sneaker. So it would be a dope piece to add to any collection, even a dope piece to rock. And that's why I had it in at number 8. So with that said, let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is probably one of my personal favorites. One of my personal favorites because it was gifted to me, and I don't need to put a picture up for this one. You guys seen it in my last video, and we got the Mocha Jordan 1s. So the Mocha Jordan 1s made my number 7, obviously because I love the Travis Scott Jordan 1s, and this mimicked a lot of the color blocking and stuff like that of the Travis Scott Jordan 1s, which made this an easy pick for my top 10 list of 2020. Not much else to say about this, but it's sitting at a resale value right now of about 600 Canadian dollars, and a lot of that hype comes from, obviously, the Travis Scott Jordan 1s, right? So for a Jordan 1, that's a very great value, and we know with the hype that goes into Jordan 1s, it's possible we see this go up even more. Moving on to number 6 on the list. I'm going to try and fire through these as quick as possible. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So moving on to number 6 on the list is a different silhouette than what I would normally wear. I don't own any of this silhouette in my collection. I've never even worn this silhouette before. It's not something I've owned in the past. Nike SB Ben & Jerry's Chunky Dunky was probably one of my favorite sneakers. Well, as you can tell, it made number 6. So it was one of my favorite sneaker releases of the year, and it was super hype. I liked it from the moment I seen it. It's just so out there, so creative, something that you wouldn't normally see on a sneaker, and they made it work, man. They honestly just made it work, and they blew the hype out of the water. It was crazy, and just a dope overall sneaker. So released in May, resale value is doing very well since then, sitting around $2,002. So overall, a dope sneaker, and I mean, one that anybody would love to add to their collection, I'm sure. Moving on to number 5 on the list, we have the OffWhite Jordan 5s. They actually released 2 OffWhite Jordan 5s this year. They released a gray colorway, which they released back in February of 2020, so early on in the year, and then they released the sale colorway in October of 2020, and personally, the gray colorway is my favorite of the 2. I would prefer that one over the sales, but both are a very nice sneaker. And I mean, pretty much anything Virgil puts his hands on turns to gold, right? We all know that. It's not news to us. We know that the Off-Whites all do well. So even his rubber dunks, which everybody hated at first, even those are doing all right. Right now, the gray colorway is sitting at a resale value of $1,254. So resale value on these is sitting at $1,254. So obviously we know the hype is there, right? Because the hype determines the resale values. We all know that. So the hype's there, and just overall a dope sneaker, and that's why I had it at number 5 on my list. So moving on to number 4 on the list, we had a release from February of 2020, another Nike SB. We had the Travis Scott Nike SBs. So one of my favorite sneaker releases of the year. We all know that everything that Travis touches turns to gold, and this was just another creative sneaker, right? It had the tearaway material, had the rope laces, just a very, very creative sneaker overall. And I think Nike's given Travis a little bit more creative control. I mean, he's already had a lot, as we can see, from his previous sneakers. I mean, his first sneaker came out was a Houston Oilers themed sneaker, right? So obviously Travis put his Houston influence into things, and I mean, he just keeps coming out with great sneakers. So shout out to Travis Scott for holding down the sneaker game, because I mean, he's been doing a very good job of it as of late. $2,308. $2,308. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I would never personally pay that for these sneakers, but I do appreciate how great these sneakers are. Maybe one day if I'm in a position where I can purchase those, I would. It would be definitely a great sneaker to add to my collection, but at $2,300, that's a no for me. I'm gonna have to pass on that for the time being. But really, really dope sneaker, and I mean, Travis, like I said, holding down the sneaker game, and hopefully we see some big things coming from him in 2021. I already know that we're supposed to be seeing maybe one of those Friends and Family exclusive colorways that aren't gonna actually be Travis Scott, but we'll save that for another video. Moving on to number 3 on the list is another sneaker that released in February of 2020, and it's actually, again, another SB. So 3 SBs in my top 10 so far, and I mean, this isn't a sneaker that I would have put in my top 10 in any other year. call me a hypebeast because, I mean, obviously I'm riding the Dunk wave and I'm loving it, right? But I'm just jumping on board with everybody else. I'm late to the party, but SBs kind of dominated the year, right? So they made up 30% of my top 10 so far. At number 3, we have the Strangelove Nike SBs. This was one of my favorite sneakers of the year. Obviously, that's why I had to put it in top 3. It wasn't even a question for me on what my top 3 sneakers were. This was the easiest part of the list, was my number 3 sneakers. So this one, lock for number 3, easy. Right now, the Nike SBs, the Strangeloves, are sitting at a resale value of $1,458. So not as crazy as the Travis Scott SBs, but it was a really dope sneaker, and that's one that I would really love to add to my collection because it's just a dope sneaker. It's a little bit of a pink colorway, pink and red colorway, Valentine's Day, you know, Strangelove. So it's like a Valentine's Day colorway. So really dope sneaker, and I mean, that's one that it's not too bad at the price point that it's at to add to the collection. Moving on now to our top 2 sneakers of the year. So like I said, this was the easiest part of my video, were the top 3 sneakers. Making this list, it went 1, 2, 3, and it wasn't a question. A sneaker that released in the summer of 2020, it released in July 2020, was the OffWhite Jordan 4. The OffWhite Jordan 4 is one of my favorite sneakers of all time at this point, right? Not just of 2020, but this was just such a nice colorway. I don't know what it was about it that just, I was so drawn to this sneaker when I first seen it. I said I needed to have it, but unfortunately I wasn't lucky enough to hit on any draws or raffles or anything like that to get it. But it was a women's exclusive, which made it even harder to get, and maybe that's why I liked it even more. But this was definitely one of my favorite sneakers. Like I said before, anything that Virgil touches turns to gold, and this was it. This was his release of the year. This was his best release for sure. I don't have it yet, but maybe in next year, maybe in 2021, we can get more sneakers, and maybe that'll be one of the ones we can grab. The OffWhite Jordan 4s are sitting at, and this is in a size 10.5 because I did everything based on my size, is sitting at $1,742. So $1,742 if you want a size 10.5, so get a size 9. And that's expensive for a pair of sneakers, but it's a really nice pair of sneakers. So we'll see what 2021 holds in terms of getting some of these, but as of right now, we don't have many of them. This leaves me with my number 1 sneaker of 2020. Many of you may have guessed it. I made many videos on this sneaker this year, and I'm a little bit biased because I have it in my collection. That probably gave it away. My number 1 sneaker of 2020 is the Dior Jordan 1. So obviously I made a few videos on this sneaker. I have a fake pair here that I made videos on, and you all seen my excitement when I hit the raffle and I was able to purchase these at retail, guys. At $3,200, I was able to get these sneakers. So these are like my babies, even though they've gone down in value since I got them. This is still by far gonna be the greatest sneaker I've ever obtained, and my goal is to never have to sell them, and hopefully one day I can put them on my feet and not have to worry about the resale value. That's what my goal is for these, but as of right now, they're sitting pretty in their case, and just a nice backdrop for the video, you know? So obviously, if you guys don't know the story, I'm rocking pair 3,803 out of 8,500. So these were limited to 8,500 pairs in the world, and they released exclusively through Dior, and I was one of the lucky 8,500 people to get one. The current resale value on these Dior Jordan 1s is $10,618. By far the most expensive sneaker on this list, and one of the most expensive releases of the year. So you could really tell why this is very near and dear to my heart. So guys, like I said, we were gonna add everything up, all of the resale values, all of the current market prices for all of these sneakers, and I was gonna let you guys know how much it would cost you to purchase all of these top 10 sneakers. So if you wanted my top 10 sneaker releases of 2020, it would cost you $22,377. So just over $22,000 to get all of these top 10 sneakers of the year, which works out to being just over $2,200 a pair. So that's insanely high, and obviously the Dior's took up almost half of that. So you can see where most of your money would be going to. So leave the Dior's out, and it's and you're off to a pretty good start. So that's how you can build a great rotation of sneakers. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be spending $10,000 to get these sneakers. I only have 2 of them in my collection, but I'm happy to have 2 of my top 10s for the year in the collection. So 20% of my favorite sneakers of the year are in my sneaker collection. If we keep moving at that rate, it's going to be a great collection to come. So that wraps up my top 10 sneakers of 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you agree with in my top 10 list and what you don't. Let me know what your top 10 sneakers are. Or ultimately, let me know what your #1 sneaker is, which one makes your list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy, and I hope everybody has a great new year. But I really enjoyed doing this video for you guys, so make sure you guys give it a thumbs up for more sneakers success in 2021. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Until the next video, guys, doses. Peace.
Whoa, I need a milli, whoa, need to put on for my city, whoa, need to boss out like I'm Diddy, I need to pull up with the stars on the Bentley, I say, whoa.